class. This is Teacher Mark, and Teacher Michelle is behind the camera videotaping our lesson. So today I'm excited because we're starting a new lesson. Our lesson is called Saving Earth.
Saving Earth.
So you noticed the pencil, so please write Saving Earth on a piece of paper.
请你准备纸跟笔。当铅笔出现的时候，在画面当中的黄色铅笔出现的时候，请你要记得写下笔记。所以，请你在这页上面写上 Saving Earth 在你的纸上。
So, what does saving Earth mean? Well, we need to save Earth to save ourselves. And how can we save ourselves? We'll find out pretty soon, but let's take a look at this picture. Where do you think this picture was taken? What is that a picture of? If you said Dewey Elementary School, you are correct. If you look out your window and onto from the ledge, you will see maybe these two items as well as these two panels. What are those? What do you think they are? And why do we have them? What's the purpose of these two items? Now, I just mentioned that in order for us to keep living, for people to keep living, we need to have energy because we need energy for everything that we do. People on Earth consume energy every day and we're using more than we can make. Please write everything you see on the screen.
在这页，请你写下这两个句子，黄色的句子以及白色字体的句子。
I will say again, and I want you to finish writing and thinking about how we can make energy. People on Earth consume energy every day and we're using more than we can make. So you may be asking, Teacher Mark, what does this word mean? Consume. Consume means to use. That is the easiest way to understand the word consume. Another way we like to use consume is to say eat. So I would eat a banana. I would eat a hamburger. I could consume a banana. I could consume a hamburger. So people on Earth uses a lot of energy every day and we're using more than we can make. I'm going to show you a video.
Around the world, renewable energy use is on the rise. And these alternative energy sources could hold the key to combating climate change. What is renewable energy? Renewable energy is generated from sources that naturally replenish themselves and never run out. The most common sources are solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, and biomass. Over 80% of the total energy consumed by humans is derived from fossil fuels. However, renewables are the fastest growing source of energy in the world. Renewable energy has many benefits. First, it can combat climate change because it creates no direct greenhouse gas emissions. The only emissions that they produce are indirect, meaning those that result from manufacturing parts, installation, operation, and maintenance. But even those are minimal. Second, renewable energy can decrease pollution and therefore reduce threats to our health. Wind, solar, and hydroelectric systems create no air pollution emissions, and geothermal and biomass energy systems emissions are much lower than non-renewable energy sources. Third, renewable energy is a reliable source of power. Because renewable energy sources are, well, renewable, they will never run out. Once built, renewable facilities cost very little to operate, and the fuel is often free. As a result, renewable energy prices tend to be stable over time. While renewable energy has many advantages, it is not without downsides. It is difficult for renewable energy sources to generate power on the same large scale as fossil fuels. Building wind farms and dams can disrupt wildlife and migration patterns and lead to ecological destruction. Both solar and wind energy are intermittent. They only generate power while the sun is shining or while the wind is blowing. Batteries can store excess energy for later use. However, they are often costly. While renewable energy presents some challenges, it also offers an environmentally friendly alternative to the greenhouse gas emissions and pollution of fossil fuels. And as advances in technology make renewable energy more accessible, affordable, and efficient, an end to climate change could be within our reach.
Okay, class, now that we've watched a little bit about renewable energy and how we can make energy, let's look at some other ways that we have been making energy. Let's look at non-renewable energy. Non-renewable energy are energies that cannot be reproduced. It cannot be made again once we have used it. So, we cannot renew these four types of energy. As I talk, please write down everything that you see on the screen, and I will pronounce these words for you. So say, non-renewable energy.
Non-renewable energy.
Oil.
Oil.
Gas.
Gas.
Coal.
Coal.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. 请你把画面当中的几个字都写下来。
Okay, now let's watch a video about non-renewable energy.
Non-renewable energy. We obtain energy from two different sources: renewable energy sources and non-renewable energy sources. Today we're going to learn about non-renewable energy sources. Non-renewable energy refers to the limited energy sources on the planet that don't replenish naturally. Coal, oil, natural gas, or nuclear energy are examples of non-renewable energy sources. In nature, there are limited resources of this type of energy. That's why they may run out of use. These are some of the most well-known non-renewable energy sources. Oil is found under the Earth's surface. It's a liquid substance formed by a mixture of hydrocarbons. Oil has a strong smell and dark color. Oil is used to produce fuels like gasoline or gas oil, which we use to power the engines of vehicles. Coal is a rock that is extracted from open-pit underground mines. It's a black substance formed by the fossilization of the dead remains of plants. When coal is burned, it produces heat. Natural gas is extracted from deposits found under the ground. we use natural gas to heat houses. Uranium is a chemical element extracted from underground shafts and mines. We use uranium to produce nuclear energy, which in its turn will later transform into electric energy. Non-renewable energies have disadvantages for the environment. For example, exhaust gases emit contamination gases in the atmosphere, which are harmful for the planet. As for nuclear energy, it is necessary to handle radioactive residues properly. When there's an accident related to non-renewable energy resources and residues, environmental catastrophes of great magnitude may occur, which are crucial for the Earth and all living beings. To reach the world energy objectives and help take care of the environment, it's indispensable to reduce the use of non-renewable energy resources and accelerate the transition towards renewable energies.
Okay, class, I hope that gives you some more information about non-renewable energy.
Non-renewable energy 非再生能源
Now, let's look at the new ways in which people can make energy. Renewable energy.
Renewable energy
Please write down all of the words that you see on the right half of the TV screen.
现在请你们把右边 renewable energy 以及下方的单字写在你的纸上。
Now, let's practice saying these words. Sun,
Sun,
wind,
wind,
water,
water,
biomass.
biomass.
All four of these types of energy are renewable. So of course we have solar energy from the sun, we have wind energy from the natural winds that occur throughout the atmosphere, we have water energy or hydro energy, and lastly we have biomass. You may ask, Teacher Mark, what is biomass? This may be a new word for you. Let's develop and think about these two words in biomass. The first word is bio from biology. That means the study of people or things that grow, like plants and animals. Mass just means a lot of material gathered together. So when we put bio and mass together, it just means a lot of natural materials gathered together to produce energy. So, for example, you see a leaf here. So it could be gathering a lot of dead leaves, dead plants, dead trees, or my favorite, it could be a gathering of manure or feces. You ask, what is manure and feces? Well, those are scientific terms for poo or poop. Yeah, that's right. We use dead leaves, plants, trees, and human waste or poo for renewable energy. So let's watch a video about renewable energy.
Renewable energy. We obtain energy from two different sources, renewable energy sources and non-renewable energy sources. Today we're going to learn about renewable energy sources. Renewable energy refers to all those limitless energy sources present in nature. The sun, the wind, the force of water, or the inner heat of the earth are examples of renewable energy sources. These energy sources are present in nature and are naturally replenished. That's why they never run out. These are some of the most well-known renewable energy types. Solar energy comes from the sun and reaches us as light and heat. For example, thanks to these solar panels, we can capture sunlight energy and transform it into thermal energy to heat water in this house. Eolic energy comes from the movement of air or the wind. For example, these windmills transform wind into electric energy. Tidal wave energy comes from the movement of sea waves or when tides change from high to low, and vice versa. Hydraulic energy is produced by the water we store in reservoirs or artificial lakes. Look at this dam. Water falls over from a high spot. Then it flows through the hydroelectric factory, where the force of the water is transformed into electric energy. Geothermal energy is generated from the heat stored in the earth. This type of energy is used for heating a house or generating electricity, for example. Let's look at some of the main advantages of renewable energies. They are environmentally friendly because they don't emit CO2 or greenhouse effect gases. They are limitless because they are obtained from natural resources that don't run out and replenish naturally. They are safer for our health because they don't generate toxic residues harmful for people. There is no doubt that renewable energies have many advantages, but there are disadvantages as well. Renewable energy resources are not found everywhere in the world. Countries with shorter daylight hours cannot produce as much solar energy as other parts of the world. Obtaining renewable energy can be random or variable because it depends on natural phenomena that we cannot always predict. For example, the amount of rainfall. To reach the world energy objectives and help take care of the environment, it's indispensable to accelerate the transition to renewable energies.
All right, so now that we have watched renewable energy, we will discuss some main types, especially solar, wind, and water. So again, let's say renewable energy.
Renewable energy 可再生能源
All right, let's take a look at this image. Can you tell which side is renewable energy and which side is non-renewable energy? Take a guess. All right, if you guess that this side is non-renewable energy, you're right. So here we see some numbers. Here we have 36%, 32, 11, and 8. On the other side, we see 5%, 2%, 3, and 1. If you add up all these numbers, they will total to about 95 to 100% of all the energy the Earth consumes each day. So for non-renewable energy, again, we have petroleum or oil, we have natural gas, coal, and nuclear. And these types of energy are used for transportation, manufacturing, electricity, heating, and other means. So again, what's important to know is non-renewable energy cannot be replaced. Once it's used, it's gone. In contrast, or what's different, is renewable energy. What's great about renewable energy is that it is limitless, meaning that it will never run out. So we have biomass, which accounts for the highest percentage of renewable energy that people use. Then we have hydropower, or water, at 2.5%. Next, we have wind. That accounts for 2.7%. And last, we have solar energy, which we are most familiar with. That only accounts for 1% of the total energy that we use on Earth. So, as you look at this screen, what we will do in the next 2 lessons is to look at the 4 main types of renewable energy: solar, wind, hydro, and biomass. So what I'm going to show you next is the worksheet that we have prepared for you. So we will show you how to fill this out. All right, class, so in front of you, you will see the first page of a work packet that I want us to finish by the end of the school year, which is coming very quickly. So you will see a sheet that says non-renewable, and also the 4 types of non-renewable energy that we have talked about today: oil, gas, coal, and nuclear. I want us to remember these 4 types of non-renewable energy. So I want you to draw a collage. So you see the 3 words, draw a collage underneath. A collage means a drawing that includes everything that you want to share or express. It doesn't have to be individual drawings. It could be a larger combined drawings that include your ideas or representations about oil, gas, coal, and nuclear. So I've given some examples on the screen of oil, like the dinosaur underground, natural gas, coal, and nuclear. So, for example, for coal, you can actually draw a barbecue, because a barbecue uses coal to heat the meat and the vegetables that you would cook up during a barbecue. So that would help you remember that coal is a non-renewable resource. And next to it, behind it, or in front of it, you could just draw a picture of a dinosaur. And that will remind us that oil is a non-renewable resource, just like dead dinosaurs. All right, so please complete that on a sheet of paper, and we will continue next week.
好，现在呢 ，Teacher Mark 要请你们在纸上画出非再生能源的图。非再生能源，非再生能源当中呢，有包含了石油、瓦斯、碳以及核能。请你们参照着 Teacher Mark 这一页的投影幕，请你把它画下来，在你的纸上。那等到你回到学校之后，我们会再给你学习单，让你完成。今天的课就到这边结束，我们下周再见。